Before this video starts, make sure you guys subscribe, because roughly 70% of you guys aren't who are watching my videos. And if you want to buy some merch, the link is in the description. Yo, what's up guys? It's Nick from Against Gaming. Welcome back to another MLB The Show 20 Diamond Dynasty video. Today we are doing Stage 3 Team Affinity predictions. Now, before this video starts, there are a few things I need to say. Number one, all the cards that you're going to see in this video, I made. They're all custom cards that I made myself. I've been working on this video for a few weeks now. A couple weeks ago, I made all my predictions in like a little list, and I would do one card every single day until I got all 30. Some of them I had to replace because they ended up being in the game. Like, for example, Zach Greinke, I had him as the Royals, but then he was in the game. Then, the Mike Scott, the 99 Mike Scott, he ended up being in the game. He was going to be the Astros. We're going to go team by team. I made a custom card for every single team for my Stage 3 predictions, and I want to see how many of these I get right. Okay, so I'm going to just back out of here, and this isn't going to have that much editing. So here is the Baltimore Orioles, and it's not, you guys saw on the thumbnail, it's 98 overall Jim Palmer, starting pitcher, Cy Young edition. So a lot of these cards, these cards are going to be 94 to 99 with a few 99s. I don't think they're going to have too many because I feel like Stage 4, every single card is going to be a 99, so I think they aren't going to do too many 99s, and plus, they can't really do all 99s right now. They can't just drop 30 99s at once now. Just my opinion. But this would be a great card. Jim Palmer, he's been in the game in the past. He hasn't really had a 99, 98 type of card, but he has a chance to because he had this was probably his best year, his Cy Young year in 73. So he's going to be the Orioles. Next, I don't know if this is going to... Okay, yeah, it's going to work for some of them. Some of them it's not going to go in order. Next, we have the Red Sox, and it's going to be prime John Lester. Now, John Lester, obviously his prime was with the Red Sox, and he was a 95, in my opinion. So, I think that John Lester is going to get a prime card. He just seems like a guy who would get a prime card instead of a signature series or an awards. And if he does, it's probably going to be mid-90s. I have him as a 95 for the Red Sox Stage 3 Team Affinity reward. Now we have the Yankees, who's 96 overall, Don Mattingly MVP card. Last year he had a hardware card when hardware was a thing, and it was this year, his MVP year from this year, and he was a 94. I think he's going to go up to a 96. It's the same year, it's 1985. He was just so good that year. I think I personally would have made him a 98, 97, maybe even a 99, but since his card last year was a 94, I'll move him up to a 96. So he's my prediction for my favorite team, the New York Yankees. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Rays. Cy Young, David Price, he's going to get a Cy Young card. It just matters when, because David Price has always been really good, but this was his one really good year. It was 2012 where he won the Cy Young. On the Rays, he's going to have a great pitch mix. He's going to be a lefty. I actually pulled his signature series card last year. He was a headliner. I pulled him twice in the same set, just like I did with Matt Kemp this year. So this card would be really good, and I would pick him up. Obviously, I'm going to do all the team affinities, but you get what I'm saying. For the Toronto Blue Jays, we have signature series John Olerud. John Olerud, he was a really good hitter, and his best years were with the Blue Jays, so I think that he's definitely going to get a good Blue Jays card. And I think that John Olerud is going to get a signature series card. He's going to have high contact, high vision. He's going to be better than his card on the Mets. I think the thing with this card compared to the Mets card is he will probably have better vision, fielding, and power. That's what I think this card is going to be better than the Mets card. And all the other stats that are already good are just going to be bumped up a little. That's why he's going to go from an 89 to a 96. Next we have, I don't think that's in order, right? Okay. And if you guys are wondering why I put a letter in front, is just so it's in alphabetical order. Chicago White Sox, we have 95 overall prime Mark Burley. Now, Mark Burley is the collection reward, but it's a gold version. So I'm going to give Mark Burley a prime card. He's a new legend this year. He's been in the game. This card is a lot more crafty, so he's not going to have that high velocity, but he's going to have a lot of pitches. He's going to have 5 pitches. He's going to have good per-nines, good control. He's going to be a really solid pitcher. All right, is it going to... Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Is it going to... No, okay. I don't know why my computer's like this. I'm just going to go individually. The Indians, we have 97 overall signature series Larry Doby. This is a card that Kevin G.O.D. is definitely going to get if he's the Team Affinity card, if you guys are fans of Kevin G.O.D. like I am. Just a great hitter, a great lefty hitter who can do everything except field. Or no, his fielding isn't really that horrible. It's like in the silver range. But this guy is a very good hitter. He can hit righties better than lefties, but he can still hit righties, or he can still hit lefties better. Those of you guys who don't know, who are like on the younger spectrum, he was obviously Jackie Robinson was the first black person to ever play in the MLB. Larry Doby was the first black player ever in the American League, so he was number 2. That's just a fun fact for you guys who didn't know that. Next is the Tigers and his signature series Jack Morris, 96 overall. Now this card, honestly, I wanted to make for the Tigers. I think he's going to be on the weaker side of the starting pitchers from my predictions. Jack Morris cards aren't really ever too strong. Yeah, Jack Morris just isn't really that good, but I feel like he will have a solid card. Yeah, he has like the fastball, the curveball, slider. He doesn't really have anything unique about him, and I think that you can hit him well, but he's still going to be a nice card to get. Next, we have the Kansas City Royals, and that is going to be prime 95 overall Eric Hosmer. Eric Hosmer, I don't think he's ever gotten a really good card in this game, and I feel like this is the year to give it to him with Prime Series being back. He would be a first baseman that I'd say gold fielding or silver fielding, somewhere around there. Great hitting all around, just a solid free card. Next, we have the Twins, 96 overall. Gold glove, Torrey Hunter, 2002. Torrey Hunter is a card that is a really good hitter, but he's not elite. He's really, really good at, like, probably all of his stats, maybe like high 80s versus righties, and then like high 90s power versus lefties, and then like 100 something contact versus lefties. But his fielding, I mean, it's just going to be incredible. You'll be able to put this card anywhere you want in the outfield, and he'll be an incredible fielder, and he will be a great hitter as well. That's the good part too. Next, we have the Angels, and I have 96 overall prime Garrett Anderson. Now, Garrett Anderson is the collection award, and he does have a diamond. But there are really not any other cards I could put in here except for the Troy Percival, and I feel like a Garrett Anderson card would be better here. So Garrett Anderson, 96 overall, prime. He is another great hitter. He's going to have more contact than power and more vision than power. Solid fielding. He's just going to be a nice card to have. Next is going to be the Mariners, and this is going to be 94 overall Edwin Diaz, all-star card from 2018. This card was in the game last year. I think we should get a good Edwin Diaz card. He was in the game last year. He was solid last year. But I think if he's in the game now, he would be good. I'd definitely get him because you know me and my relievers. I always try to get the best relievers possible. Yeah, this would be a pretty interesting card to have. He's on the Mariners. The Athletics, we have 95 overall signature series Catfish Hunter. I think that this card is going to be sort of like the Jack Morris. He was a henchman last year. He was like the 150 star from this year. I don't remember which program though. But I think he would be a pretty nice pitcher to have. He has a good repertoire. He has good stats. His velocity isn't going to be the highest, but he's another one of those crafty guys. Next we have the Rangers, and we have Michael Young. Now Michael Young is a guy who is really, really good at everything. Now, I don't know if I'm just being really weird right now, but comment if that's a picture of Ian Kinsler, because that looks a lot like Ian Kinsler, and I don't think I noticed that. If that's Ian Kinsler, so be it. Okay, the world's not over, but if it's Michael Young, it's Michael Young. I just looked up Michael Young, and I just found a picture. So, Signature Series Michael Young, he was a BR Flawless reward last year. So I think he's going to be more easily obtainable this year. 96 overall Signature Series. He can play the entire infield. Great contact. High 70s power with gold fielding, I think. Yeah, he's going to be a really nice card to have. Next, we have the Astros, and we have 99 overall Jeff Bagwell. Now, I threw in a few 99s. This was, like I said earlier, this was going to be Mike Scott. But unfortunately, he was picked as a headliner. So I chose Jeff Bagwell, and you're probably thinking, well, Jeff Bagwell is the greatest Houston Astro to ever play. Why wouldn't he be stage 4? And the reason why is because I think that they should do cards like this, like a couple in stage 3. And then stage 4, I think it could be someone like 99 Billy Wagner. Yeah, I was choosing after Mike Scott got in a headliner. I was picking between Jeff Bagwell and Billy Wagner. And Billy Wagner already is a 94 overall, so I think that they would wait till the fall to give him his 99. That's pretty much the only reason why I have Jeff Bagwell here. But Jeff Bagwell, one of the greatest players of all time. Just an amazing hitter. He can only play first base, though, and he does not have the best fielding. But he's just such a good hitter. Next, we have the Atlanta Braves, and this is my favorite card art that I made. This one is just super clean. The Signature Series Freddie Freeman. He had a Signature Series card last year, so don't blame me for doing this. I have him as 96 this year. He's just going to be a great lefty bat for you guys. He might have third base as a secondary position. I don't know yet, but this is going to be another great card. Next, we have the Marlins. I'm going to try to speed this up because I know this video is going to be pretty long. The Marlins, we have Signature Series Cliff Floyd. Cliff Floyd doesn't really have any good cards so far this year, so I just chose him. He's a great lefty bat who can play the entire outfield. He might have first base too as a secondary. Next, we have the Mets, and I have Prime Jose Reyes, 96 overall. Really good card, switch hitter, great contact, elite speed. Nobody bunt with him against me or I will get very ticked off. He's going to have solid fielding too. Phillies, we have Cy Young Steve Bedrosian. Now, this card is actually going to be a closing pitcher Cy Young card, just like the Raleigh Fingers. Steve Bedrosian, new legend this year. He had a 82 overall card in the second inning program or the third inning program. I don't remember. But he's definitely going to get a Cy Young card. Any reliever who is in this game who won Cy Young is going to get a Cy Young card because it is just so rare. And if they have the opportunity to do it, they're going to do it. So Steve Bedrosian, Cy Young card, 96 overall, I have as the Phillies Team Affinity reward. Next, we have the Nationals, and it's going to be MVP Bryce Harper. This card has been in the game for a couple years now. He just isn't an award series because it's new this year. He was just a hardware. He was like a 95 every other year from his 2015 year. Really good card, really good hitting, solid defense too. Just a really good hitter. Next, we have another card that a lot of people want, MVP Chris Bryant from 2016. He would be a completely new card. He got demoted to a gold card this year, so I could definitely see him getting an MVP card this year. He would be a really good hitter. This was the year they won the World Series and broke the curse. So he would be overall just a really, really good card. For the Reds, we have 97 overall Prime Johnny Cueto. I feel like Johnny Cueto has never gotten the recognition that he deserves in Diamond Dynasty. I think the highest overall card he's ever had, excluding Live Series, was in 88 in MLB 18, 87, something like that. But I think he needs a really high starting pitcher card. This would be a really nice card to have, 97 overall starting pitcher. If you do the Reds, you'll have two really good starting pitchers. Nick Lodolo, who is one of my favorites, and he's in my rotation. And then Johnny Cueto, if he's the pick. Next, for the Brewers, unfortunately, Kevin Giodi. I'm picking Jonathan Lucroy. Now, Lucroy, 95 overall. There aren't that many catchers. I think I wanted to get at least one catcher in, and getting a prime Jonathan Lucroy card, I think, is the smartest one to say. 95 overall. He's going to have high contact, high vision. Not low power, but like high 60s, low 70s, and gold fielding. And he's probably going to have first base as a secondary. Pirates, this is the only other catcher, if I'm not mistaken. Jason Kendall, prime. He has that gold card. It's not good. He has like 20-something power on both sides. Jason Kendall is going to get a higher overall card. 96 overall prime, I think, is realistic. Next, we have the Cardinals. You saw this in the thumbnail. 99 overall, Jim Edmonds Gold Glove. 2000, he's going to have probably either 99 or 98 fielding. He's known as one of the greatest fielders of all time. He's probably going to get a Gold Glove card eventually. Just a really good player, really good bat, and a really good glove. Next, for the Diamondbacks, we have Signature Series Steve Finley. 97 overall. He does have a diamond right now, but it is not for the Diamondbacks. It's on the Padres. So he's going to get a higher overall card, most likely on the Diamondbacks. 97 overall. He's going to be another great hitter who can play everywhere in the outfield. The Rockies, we have prime 96 overall Carlos Gonzalez. I know a lot of people are going to be excited for this card. A lot of people liked his Signature Series card last year and his card in general in like MLB 16. Those of you guys who are the OGs, his gold card in MLB 16 was really good. So this card is going to be really good. And his 90 overall card right now, a lot of people liked in the beginning of the year, so I'm sure a lot of people would like if he was the Stage 3 card. For the Dodgers, we have 97 overall Don Sutton. This card is going to be the definition of craft. He's going to have a ton of pitches, low velocity, high control, high per nines, and a solid starting pitcher if he gets a good pitch repertoire. That is the only issue with that card. Padres, this is the last 99 overall card. Signature Series, Trevor Hoffman. He's going to be the first 99 overall relief pitcher in the entire game if he's the one who's picked and one of the bosses isn't a reliever. But this card was really good last year. He was only a 96 last year, which I don't understand. I don't understand how Trevor Hoffman, the second greatest closing pitcher... Mariano Rivera is obviously number one. You could probably you can make an argument that Hoffman's third and Goose Gossage is second, but in my opinion, Trevor Hoffman is the second greatest closing pitcher of all time. I don't understand how he wasn't a 99 last year, so I think that they give him a 99 overall this year. So Trevor Hoffman, really good pitches. He has 5 pitches as a closer, really good pitch repertoire. He was really, really good. If he was this reward, he would probably be one of the first cards I get. And then the last one is going to be the Giants, and it's going to be prime Matt Williams. Matt Williams was a Signature Series card last year, obviously. He was a new legend last year, and he was a World Series reward. So I think it'll be easier to get this year. And he's going to be a really good card. He was a really good card last year. So yeah, that is it for this video. I'm recording this, and I can't see how long this video is, but it's definitely going to be really long. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been your host, Nick from Against Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.